This is Blade Method Mindset, episode 33, with Corey Allen and me, Chris Trainer. Hello, Corey.
Hello, Chris.
All right, we've had a little bit of time off, and we apologize about that. A lot of people have been asking about when we're coming back, and Corey was out of town for a week, and I just had a baby. So
now we're back at it.
Back to work, and it's just been an awesome few days. So we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Dad life recap.
Yeah, a lot of people have been asking about what happened and how it went, and we want to answer everyone's questions. Maybe some people don't want to hear about it. A lot of people do want to hear about it, especially in our community. If you're not in our community specifically, this might not be too, interesting to you. Baby, but we're going to get into some really good stuff after the recap that we need to get that out. I've got some DadsHabs. They're actually applicable to any human being, but I just wanted a catchy name.
Coin name of DadsHabs.
Some 10 things that you can do every day to live your optimal life for health and wellness and fitness. So we'll get into that after we recap everything. So, the baby is healthy and well, and we're home. Mom's doing great. And
she's super cute. She's got a head full of hair. Just met her for the first time.
Yeah, she called you Corey. She actually spoke.
Spoke already. I wanted to sneak in and hold her, but I didn't because I just worked out. So I felt like maybe that would be frowned upon.
Did you wash your hands?
I did, but I was like, I felt like maybe Claire was looking at my forearms. I don't know. I didn't feel that I should go in and steal her. So we'll wait till
we'll scrub you down.
Yeah, we'll wait till she wakes up
after the episode. Yeah. So I just kind of want to talk about the experience.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
How it all went down. You guys went to the hospital like midnight?
Midnight between Tuesday and Wednesday
of
last week. And to induce Claire, she was a week past her due date, so they were inducing her and gave her some medicine to kick that into action.
So how did that
and I got to be careful here because Claire doesn't want a lot of details.
Okay.
The story needs to be told, but I want to tread on thin ice and make sure I'm not saying anything that she doesn't want me to say. I believe she's in the next room.
Yeah, she can hear everything we're saying.
So
I'll keep him honest, Claire.
Well, you don't want that.
Well, I'll keep him playing the lines.
So they're getting that whole thing moving, and it's just in my mind, the whole time, listening to what the doctors had to say leading up to the inducement and the previous week, I'm thinking that she's probably going to have a C-section, that the inducement's just not going to work, and that's the path that we're going down, and which is nothing wrong with a C-section. I was a C-section. My brother was. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, and that if that's what happens, that's what happens. But just recovery time for Claire. Yeah. I had to go straight back to work. I wasn't going to be able to be here for her. I just knew it would make it a little bit quicker of a recovery if that didn't have to happen.
Right.
So that's what I'm kind of hoping for, obviously. And I want Claire to get back to training. She's one of the fittest women in the world. I want her to start training again and doing what she loves. And that would have been longer.
Prolonged a lot
if she would have had to have a C-section. So that was the only thing with that. So that's what I think is going to happen. That's what I think is leading up to take place. And so I'm like, oh yeah, let's just do the whole thing, and then we're going to have a C-section.
Right.
But they tell us to go on a walk around the hallways around the building and around the maternity ward. And everywhere on this floor at Scottsdale Shea, everyone's having a baby.
Right.
Every room, that's what
babies.
The floor is for. It's not like someone's in there with a headache. Everyone's having babies. Babies. And every nurse is a female, so you kind of just, you walk with your eyes forward. You don't look
down at your toes. Yeah. Don't go right. Don't go left.
I feel a lot more comfortable walking with Claire out there. It's like, hey, I got one of these.
Yeah, I'm safe.
I'm supposed to be here.
I'm not creepy.
Yeah. But we're walking around, and we've been there for like an hour or two, and Claire hasn't really started to feel anything yet. And we encounter a woman who was feeling everything that there was. And she was out in the hallway, like tree hugging the wall, screaming at the top of her lungs, like a horror movie.
Oh, I would have been
wet hair, open gown.
Like, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah. And Claire I'm like, okay, is that what's gonna be happening here?
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Can I talk to?
Yeah, we got to renegotiate. And so that was just like, okay, well, I'm sorry, babe, that you had to witness that. And we saw her a couple more times, but every time we saw her, it was kind of walking the other way. So, yeah. Anyways, so that happens. And then, she has to get medicine to keep that going and get the contractions going. And anyways, we're in labor let me rephrase. She is in labor for about 15 hours before she gets some painkillers and stuff, and which is fine. The what?
What was that?
Epidural. Yeah, epidural.
Not painkillers.
But she was like, that lady was screaming. Claire never screamed.
Never make
once.
Noise.
She'd get on the side of the bed, like it looked like she was praying, and she'd just breathe. And like, in working out, she never really closes her eyes and never really shows she's in pain. Like same thing. Like she was in an immense amount of pain, but just would never scream or yell at me or do anything. She's just hardcore. And so, she's doing that, and she finally gets the epidural, and that eases things a lot. But what happened was she went from not showing any signs to being ready to have a baby to once she got the epidural, it moved around really quickly. Yeah. So that was like 15 hours, and we got the epidural, and then that went like boom, a couple hours later, boom. I don't want to get too graphic,
It's time to rock.
Yeah. And so all of a sudden we're like 22 hours in, and Claire's like, man, I feel pressure, blah, blah, blah. And the nurse comes in and checks. She's like, that's because you're ready to have a baby.
Oh,
and she's like, yeah. She like looks in there. I was like, what? Is this really going to happen? Like, and so all of a sudden she's like, yeah, we can start pushing. So she waits for the contractions, starts pushing, and it'd been like 22 hours of nothing, and all of a sudden we're pushing. I'm like, what?
What's happening?
Like, this is happening?
I haven't prepared.
Yeah, and so, the nurse is doing everything. She's having her do the contractions or the breathing, push. It's like 10 seconds push, relax, 10 seconds push, 10 seconds push through the whole contraction, and then you have a couple minutes off. And she does this like 5 or 6 times, and no doctor.
Where are you at for all this?
Just right next to Claire.
Just up by her, just talking her through it, or are you?
Oh, I didn't do anything.
You're just breathing.
All I would say is good job, baby. Yeah. She'd finish a contraction, and I'd be like, good job, baby. That was awesome. Yeah, because...
what can you do?
First off, who am I to coach? Or, and then second off, Claire knows exactly what she needs to do, and she's got the nurse there telling her what to do. So all she wants from me is that a girl.
Yeah.
Good job. That a baby. I'd hit her on the butt if I could have. And so, we're doing the thing, but there's no doctor in sight.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, call the doctor, because the doctor was 10 minutes away. And she's saying she can see the baby's head. She's like, oh, she has tons of hair, this and that, no doctor in there. So I'm thinking like, oh, this is going to be, the baby's just going to come out, no problem, no blood, no nothing going on. And then the doctor walks in. Doctor gets there a few minutes later, rips the front of the bed in half. So now, the whole end of the bed's gone. Lays out, she unravels this thing on this table, and it's 15 medieval torture devices. Long metal tools. Oh, my gosh. And I was like, what are we going to use those for? And then she starts getting ready. She starts putting on her sleeves and her pants and her jacket, 16 layers. She has a face mask, a metal face mask. She's either going to walk into a nuclear disaster zone or go weld something. Completely, she could have gone into Chernobyl.
You're no, the baby's coming already. You're fine.
Yeah. And so, and then she sits down and she's completely calm. She's ready for war, but she's completely calm. And she's like, breathe, 1, 2. And her and the nurse are just going, 1, 2. And Claire's going, and Claire never made a sound through every push she was doing. She'd push and she'd go, ah. And just kind of exhale and breathe. And I'm waiting for her to scream at me or slap me or scream like the demon, that you've always seen. Yeah. And so she's not. And the doctor's like, oh, yeah, one more. Okay. And 1. And we're going to go. And one more big push. Boom. And then Carlin shoots out. And it was like, what in the world?
What just happened?
Yeah. It just happened like that. Claire pushed for 40 minutes. So 22 hours once it started happening, honestly, I mean, it was incredible. and I just have the utmost respect for, the doctors and the nurses and the women. We'll talk about that. But incredible, just this life production that just happened. And I start crying. Claire starts crying. It was amazing. Yeah.
Oh,
and she started screaming, and she was healthy, and it was like, holy moly, we just had a baby.
Did they do this? Do they still pop them? Is that a thing?
I think if she wasn't crying, but she came out wailing.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was like, you could have put a guitar on her in an 80s music video. Yeah. She was, we didn't have to slap her.
She was ready for the world.
Yeah. And so they did all the checks and did the thing. I cut the cord. They didn't let me use my teeth, but that's okay. And did the whole thing and get the skin-on-skin contact, which is what Claire really wanted. Got the baby on her, snapped some photos. I got to hold her. I was like, I don't know how to hold her. She gave her to me, and I was so scared because she's so small, and I had no idea because I don't hold babies. Like, you like to hold babies.
Yeah.
Like, if a baby's outside of my baby, I'd never really had an interest in holding other people's babies. Just, I will now because, like, your attitude and perspective completely changes. But, so... it happened, and
that's awesome.
So that's the story for everyone that's been asking. Like, how did it go?
Down.
What happened? How it went down? Because we've had to tell that to several different people over and over again, and I think that it's awesome that people want to know. That's great. That means people are involved in our lives, but hopefully people can listen to this and, get that rundown. And if you want more gory details, talk to me in person.
Yeah.
So it's not out out into the world.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff that happens afterwards, that the doctor's there for. Did she say?
She said that.
Yeah. But I was just so impressed with her and everything. Like, the doctors or the nurses, first off, and this is kind of applicable to all business, but especially Blade. I think that, we strive for all of our members to kind of have the same experience no matter what class they go to.
Right.
Every coach is different and has their own personality, but they're basically all doing the same thing, and hopefully all members are getting treated the same way, being treated well, being treated nicely, and whatever. That's what we want. Mm-hmm. And that's what we got from our nurses. Like, I was so worried that we were going to get this awesome nurse. This is when it's happening, because our first nurse was so awesome.
Right.
But she was at the end of her shift, so we only had her for like a couple hours. And it's like, a nurse is leaving, you're worried who's coming in.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, oh, she's not going to be as good as that nurse.
A good experience.
The next nurse came in, awesome.
Yeah.
That's
good.
And then the next nurse came in, because it's like they're on 12-hour shifts, and you just keep burning through them, know. And then, like, the lady that was with Claire, basically her entire, like, labor, her pain, was this, like, she was like 65. Her name was Susan, and she was just so awesome. Like, the other two before were a little younger, and Susan had been doing this a long time, and she was just everything, just especially when Claire was, like, getting the epidural. She was in there holding her, and, like, just an amazing. The compassion felt that these ladies have to have day in and day out, like
every person,
just like a CrossFit coach has. Like, you have to have that passion day in and day out, and the energy to come in. And these ladies were coming in, and Claire she probably had to do that to two other ladies that were there
that whole time.
Like, while she's comforting Claire, she's probably had a couple other patients, and just the amount of energy and passion and compassion that these ladies had, I was just so impressed with across the board, because Susan left, and it's like, oh no, Claire's getting to the end of it. We had this awesome woman for 12 hours, and then this next one comes in, and her name was Cherokee, and it was like, and she was just as awesome.
Yeah.
She was 30 years younger, or probably 35, 40 years younger. She was probably in her mid-20s, but like, and so not nearly as much experience is Susan, but so awesome. And did basically delivered 90% of the baby,
right.
Got her through, most of it. And she was so awesome, and so it's like, that's what, like, I would go back there anytime, raving reviews for that hospital and what we experienced. And hopefully everyone gets to experience that. Just the consistency across the board, they're doing it right.
Yeah.
And it was just inspiration for me to take back to us and just be like, man, I want to do it right like that every time someone walks through our doors, that they get to experience something great. And it's like, we can hammer it back home.
Yeah,
that for us.
Time. No, that's awesome. That's definitely a good experience to have. You don't want to have. It's already probably hard enough being in there and stressful enough. Like if they can help take all that stress away from you, and you just have good people around you. That's got to be a plus.
Yeah.
For all that.
Because you hear that it takes. Some people are going to have a bad day, and that happens, you just don't want it to be on your
time.
And
yeah, they could have just gotten yelled at by somebody for no reason, and they come in and see you, and it's kind of the same thing that we deal with. If you have a bad class, you want to make sure that the next one is 10 times better, and you can't let anything else change that or deviate you from doing your job. So that's good. How's the first couple of days of being a dad? So you've been a dad now for 6 days.
No. She was born Wednesday night at 9:43. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Oh yeah. 6 days.
6 days.
Yeah, basically a professional.
Yeah.
No, it's been amazing. Like it really is just absolutely amazing. I mean, total and complete love with her. Claire's just a rock star. Like that's the thing is, it's been great because I have a rock star wife.
Yeah.
And all these ladies that support her, all the ladies in her life are all rock stars. They're all champion women. Like they all want to do their thing. They're all badass moms. Like that's what Claire is, and that's what Claire wants to be. Like she does everything. She nurses when she wants. She pumps. She naps, she swaddles, she does everything that she's supposed to be doing and doesn't complain about it. She pulls her bootstraps on tight and she's in it, I don't need to do anything. Yeah. I could basically not be here. I need to tell Claire she's doing a good job, take the baby when Claire needs to do stuff around the house and just decompress a little bit. And that's easy because the baby's sleeping usually. Yeah. It's not like I'm having to do much. I'm just holding my beautiful baby, which is awesome. So like, I don't need, and Claire's like letting me sleep. She's like, you go sleep. You got to go to work. She's up all night with the baby, So obviously, it's awesome. All I get to do is hold my beautiful baby when she's sleeping. Yeah. I'm not really doing anything else, you know? And so I just want to be a facilitator of what she needs. So anything she needs, I want her to tell me what she needs, and then I'll get it done. Yeah. It's to the best of my ability. Yeah. I've learned I'm not supposed to drink the breast milk. Okay. The good breast milk.
Oh, is there good?
So I don't know if you saw my story.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was a real life thing. So is there good and bad milk?
Well, the stuff that, and I always say the name, colostrum is like the pre-milk. Okay. It's like the stuff that is a little bit thicker and comes out slower, and that's what she's having now. Uh-huh. I think that her milk's coming. I don't want to get into that too much. But anyways, there was a bunch of that in the fridge, and we've been talking about breast milk's pretty good stuff. Okay. It's growth hormone, and it's not like there's a ton of protein or a ton of fat. Like the macronutrients are basically sugar. It's sugar, fat, and protein, but very little protein. But it's whey protein and casein protein, a blend of proteins that we need, that the human body needs. It's a fast digesting protein and a slow digesting protein. So like that's what we have in our protein shakes. You want casein, you want whey. So anyways, that's in breast milk. But there's also some other magical stuff in there that they haven't totally figured out yet. Right. They haven't. No one can figure it out except for God. And so, like, that's what's in breast milk, and it makes you super strong and awesome. And so, last night, Claire's back getting the baby to sleep. I get a little bit of the colostrum. And
just add a little.
I knew that Carlin needed it. I didn't want to take too much. It's for my baby. But I wanted a little bit, so I did a little dump in there, just a little quick dump into my shake that I was having before bed. And I get up this morning. There's a note in the fridge under the milk. Milk for Carlin only. And I was like, well, there's no one else in here drinking the breast milk. No one's coming in off the street.
So we don't have a roommate. So
I think this note
it's for me.
Is for me. No one drink this milk but Carlin.
It's like when you're living in a house with a bunch of people and you bring home leftovers.
Or at work. You know, like...
Do not touch this.
This is my ham sandwich, not Becky down in cubicle 14's ham sandwich.
Oh, milk for Carlin only.
Yeah.
That is like, awesome.
Yes. And so I went in this morning and said, hey, babe, I only put a tiny little bit in there. You know, I was just
a little bit.
You know, just a tiny bit. I didn't even, you couldn't even see the indentation, you know. And so now I figured when she finishes a bottle, I just take the bottle down.
There you
go. The rest of the bottle down. That might be weird to some people. I'm a weird guy. If you don't know that by now, I do things a little outside of the box. You know, so, yeah, I'm going to get as much of it as I can while it's here.
Have you had any, any diaper situations yet?
I'll change it. See, that's the thing is like, I never changed a diaper in my life, or nor would have, you know, or wanted to, or doing it. But not like as soon as she goes, I'm like, heck yeah, cleaning that thing up. Like it just completely changes, you know. Like I don't care about a diaper, a dirty diaper. It's like, oh, that's it. Yeah, I want to get her clean. Right. You know, that's my only mission is to make sure she's comfortable and clean. You know, again, I don't want to be too weird, but I lick that thing up. You know, like. It doesn't matter, you know. You just want to get it as clean as possible, and so, yeah. And her poop's changing right now, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you that same thing, like when it starts getting like real poops, like stuff that you see on like Facebook ads pop up.
Yeah.
Like,
well, obviously that's gonna be gnarly, but like my sole goal will be to get her comfortable and clean. No, you know,
gonna have in the backyard with a hose. Just
yeah.
What are you doing? Clean it. Clean the baby. It's fine.
Yeah. Well,
that's awesome.
I think that's enough of the recap.
The baby.
One thing I did want to touch on and say is how awesome it was to go back to work yesterday and hear from all of our members. Like so many people coming up and saying congratulations, giving a hug, wishing Claire well, asking about Claire, and not like out of a sense of duty from them, but like genuinely caring. Yeah. I could tell people genuinely cared and wanted to give me a handshake, wanted to give me a hug, wanted to ask about Claire, and that's just so awesome. Like that's so tribal. That is our tribe, and it's just amazing to be a part of, you know, like I was sorry. I want to start tearing up. I don't want to start crying. Jiminy Christmas. But it was amazing. And then going to North this morning and same thing. Obviously all the women up there, you know, I mean, all the women, yes, there was
14 ladies and Wayne.
In the 9 a.m. class, and then 8 a.m. was all women except for you. So all the women up there, you know, were just awesome, you know, asking about Claire, giving hugs, you know, and they're all a part of this, you know. I feel like our whole community is a part of Carlin's birth and bringing her into the world and is going to watch her grow up, just like Claire and I and Tara have watched, and our coaches have watched all of the babies at Blade grow up. You know, we've watched kids that were born while at Blade that are 5, 6, 7 years old now. You know, and that's awesome to see, and now people get to see that with Carlin. So that was so awesome, and I'm so thankful and proud to be a part of our community, and I, you know, don't take it for granted, and it's something that I am so, you know, I'm thankful for. So
that's awesome.
And our coaches are, you know, stepping up, covering classes. Tara's soldiering through, you know, she's got a ton on her plate right now and just also helping Claire and I out and being there for Claire. So, you know, we just got an amazing team.
Bunch of rock stars.
If you could write an ideal story of people you want to surround in your life, this is it. You know, so thankful for you, for all of our coaches and everyone at Blade. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to be there to help, man.
Yeah. So. But, you know,
so you got. We're going to talk about some habits, but I saw that you got a WOD in.
Oh,
a hospital WOD. Yeah, hospital WOD.
Oh yeah. Well, I did a Blade travel WOD.
Oh yeah, you did the running one, right? Julie and I did that one in Texas. I think I don't remember. It's all blurred together. I think in Texas we did that one. The 24-minute run one.
Yeah.
That was good. I like that.
I liked it too, and it was on the green belt, so like it was really pretty and nice.
Was probably nice. Ours wasn't on it. Ours was like on the back streets of Waco, Texas.
But like I think I'm probably only a handful of guys who've gone out the morning of their first morning after their baby.
Because I was going to ask you, when was it?
And gotten a workout.
Was it
Thursday morning?
It was after baby was born, right?
So Carlin was born 9:43 p.m. Wednesday.
Woke up on
we
Thursday.
Get to the room, after everyone leaves, it's probably 2 a.m. I pass out for a few hours, get up, and Claire knows.
Yeah.
She's like, he needs to work out. He wants to work out. And so she tells me, I was like, can I do a workout in the room? She was like, no, you cannot.
Absolutely not.
I was like, just some burpees, air squats, and sit-ups.
Yeah.
And she was like, no. I was like, can I leave and do a workout? Yeah. She was like, yes.
Get out of here.
Yeah. And so that's when I grabbed that workout. I knew we were on the green belt, chose that 24-minute run, burpee, air squat workout. It was awesome. Did you make it back to where you started?
No, but we had to. I got to one point where we were running, and there was like we were running across like serrated rock, and it was like we can't do a burpee here. We just got to make our way. So we had to kind of detour around. So we didn't go the same exact route. We had to take a different way back, but probably pretty close. I would say. I think we ended up walking maybe 100 yards maybe back to the original spot. So
that's a long way.
With the detour, I think it's probably about where we were supposed to be.
Yeah, so this workout is 24 minutes. You run 12 minutes out, and then you run 12 minutes back. And your goal is to make it back to where you started, but every 3 minutes on the minute, you've got to do 20 air squats and 10 burpees, which I went 20 air squats, 15 push-ups, because I thought it was push-ups. I didn't look at it before I went. And I thought it was 15. Push-ups. Yeah, and so I didn't realize it was burpees until I got the thing out to post on my story. And I was like, dang it, I would have rather done burpees. I love burpees, but I like push-ups too. So did push-ups, so did it. And so every 3 minutes, so I'm at my turnaround point, and my goal now, and I'm strategizing it and thinking about it, and it's just to travel water. My baby's up, and I'm just getting a workout in, but I want to do my best. And so I'm like, that's where you did your last push-ups. You got to get back to that point. And I was like a little bit short. And so you start running faster. And then after my last set, I knew I wasn't as far. And so I am bolting. And I had to run up this grass hill. And I'm going hard trying to get back. And I come up 50 feet short to get back to where it started. And it was a great finisher. But only had a little bit to walk back. Right in the hospital, and I get up there and I'm soaking wet. I put my shirt back on and I'm drenching wet, and the nurses are looking at me like I'm crazy
person. Who is this person?
But it was good. Got a workout in the hospital, and so that's important.
Definitely, I'm sure you felt better after you did that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We got some DadsHabs.
Yeah, so the another part of this episode is going to be 10 daily things that I call them DadsHabs, like dad's habits, but they're really applicable to any human being. Husband, wife, if you do these 10 things, in my opinion, these are 10 things that I do every single day that I think will help you lead an optimal life as far as health, wellness, and fitness goes. And this comes from over 15 years of figuring out what works for me, and it's kind of evolving and changing, but these are 10 things that I'm currently doing, and I really like it and enjoy, and it gives me great energy and makes me feel really good, mental clarity. These are what they are, and I'll roll through them because some of them you've heard, some of them you haven't. So the first one is, Corey.
Wake up, drink 20 ounces of water.
Boom.
Drink it, drink it, drink it.
I think we've said that. This is our 33 episode. We probably said that in at least 20 of the episodes.
Probably about 900 times you've heard that, so keep doing it. It's definitely a staple.
And people are telling me all the time that they've started drinking their water and hydrating and what a difference it's making. So first thing out of bed in the morning, you're walking to the fridge or wherever you fill up your water, and you're taking down 20 to 24 ounces instantaneously within 10 minutes of your feet setting on the ground out of bed. Pre-hydrating, being proactive on your hydration. Yeah, are you doing that?
Yes, I am doing that.
Are you able to take down an entire Nalgene now?
No,
shaker bottle.
Shaker bottle, yes. Yeah, I can do the shaker. The Nalgene just it gets everywhere.
The Nalgene, the Nalgene, the mouth is...
The mouth is weird, and then it's got that, the screw-on cap, like the ripples are too big or something. Yeah. Like you can't drink it without spilling. You gotta have one of those weird insert things. I don't have one.
The only time you should have an Nalgene is if you're shooting an LOB commercial in Flagstaff. Yeah. Otherwise, shake a bottle.
Yeah, exactly. Number 2, apple cider vinegar.
1 tablespoon. Don't do more than that. Don't do less.
You did more, right? Not good.
3 tablespoons. For me personally, a little much on the belly. And I've got a strong Irish belly. Not much gets to me. And but 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Aggressive? It might have been more than that. It was
like fill up a shot glass and just take it down.
Yeah.
Not good.
But I'm really liking the apple cider vinegar. It's not something that you're going to feel instantaneous, like taking a shot of espresso, like that's a nervous system stimulant. Apple cider vinegar is something that happens internally in your gut, with your gut microbiota and eating belly fat and getting rid of toxins. That's what the apple cider vinegar is doing, so it's not something you're going to instantaneously feel. But since I've started doing it, I definitely feel good. And I've done a lot of research on it, and it's really potent, and it's really good for you. I hear a lot of guys saying, can't do it. Including the one right next to me. And what I'd say to that is, yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Yeah,
because you're a guy and a man, hopefully, and you can just take down some apple cider vinegar. Because once you do it for a few weeks, it becomes you start craving it. Your body wants it. Just like with anything, if it's good for you and makes positive change in your life or in your body, in your system, your whole system, your body's gonna want it, and you're gonna develop a taste for it. It's not something that 3 weeks, a month after doing it every single day that you're gonna
sick from it.
Be sick from it. You're gonna develop it and hopefully make it just a daily habit. And if you can't get it down in the morning, you get it down before bed. One of those two are optimal times to be taking it down.
Before bed.
Make sure you brush your teeth after. Don't be taking that apple cider vinegar down and hopping out into the world. Yeah. No, you can hop into bed.
Not out into the world.
Yeah. Don't be going to a meet and greet without brushing your teeth after the apple cider.
Number 3. Fish oils, EPA, DHA fish oil a day, 3,000 milligrams.
3,000 milligrams. This is the tricky part, or this is the catch. A lot of people take fish oil and they don't really know what they're taking or how much of it they're taking. So these are the guidelines, and we talked about this in our supplement episode. That was like 25 episodes back. Fish oil, guys, so good for you, so amazing, so many benefits. Hair, skin, nails, heart. Brain. Our brain is made up of DHA fat. So 3,000 milligrams. Why 3,000 milligrams? Well, the latest research from the American Heart Association shows that 3,000 milligrams is optimal. Some people take a little bit more than that. But so I'm not talking about 3,000 milligrams of fish oil, because you could have a supplement company, there's no regulation, and you could say 1,000 milligrams of fish oil. Well, what's in that? What you want to be looking at on the back of the label is how many milligrams of EPA, DHA. And those are going to be, they're not going to be equal. There's going to be one or more. But as long as the EPA, DHA combined equals 1,000 milligrams per serving usually is what it is on a good fish oil product. It's like the one we carry at the gym. When we're vetting that company, it's like, how's their fish oil?
Right.
What's the quality of their fish oil? Because you can tell a good supplement company by the quality of their fish oil, quality of their protein. And there's a formula you can do to see the purity of a protein. But so the fish oil is 1,000 milligrams of EPA, DHA per serving. That's what's going to give you the heart clearing, brain feeding, skin clearing, anti-inflammatory, awesome body healing nutrients. And if you do that every single day, then you're going to become much healthier. Straight up.
Got it.
And, it's naturally anti-inflammatory, and we're all overinflamed human beings, being United States of American citizens in our daily lives. And so that will help bring that inflammation down for sure.
Number 4. 5 times a week, move every day, recover, stretch, do activities on off days.
Exactly.
Move around, stay moving.
So 5 times a week, you're working out.
Yeah.
Some form. If, ands, or buts. So that's 5 days out of the 7. This is something that you're doing every day. So every day you're moving, 7 days a week. And so is it good to have an off day? Absolutely. Having rest days is important, but you're still going to move, stretch, maybe ice bath, sauna, something like that to still get your circulatory system going, blood moving, oxygen moving through your muscles, and or just going on a hike or whatever it is, getting oxygen moving through your muscles 7 days a week. Must do. We talked about that. I mean, we're a fitness podcast, we're a mindset podcast, but that is inessential. Every single day of the week, you're moving. 5 days, you're doing exercise. At least, some form of exercise. Maybe 3 of those days are a little bit more intense than the other ones. Some maybe just some active recovery. Some maybe some strength training. Whatever that is, we take care of it at Blade. You don't have to think about that for your 5 days. But on your off days, getting out in the sunshine, moving around. Yeah. Every single day. So that's number 5.
That's number 4.
Number 4.
Number 5, expose yourself to some temperature discomfort at least once a week, hot or cold.
Yeah, so then the daily tool of this is to take a cold shower every day.
Yeah.
That's something that I've been doing now for 6 months in a row every day, and I love it. And this is no BS. I'm not as sore as I used to get.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, and it's getting harder now. You got to time your cold showers in the desert. It's got to be after nighttime. Like taking a cold shower at 2:00 in the afternoon in the desert during June right now when the temperature's going up, it's getting harder. I have a community center in my community that the water is still cold at, so that's unfortunate. So I'm struggling for my cold showers right now. I'm trying to time it out and figure out when it's going to be, and it's not nearly as cold as it has been, but I don't want that to go away because my body genuinely feels better. And there's a lot of reasons for that as far as I try to go from hot to cold, like the hot tub to a cold shower, and the nutrient delivery and the oxygen delivery after having tons of heat and then cold, it restricts the oxygen out of the muscles and then releases it back in. So that hot to cold, it's just a potent punch of nutrient and oxygen delivery. So that has something to do with it. But also it's just making you a little bit tougher.
Yeah.
If you can just jump in that cold shower without being hot. It's easy to jump in a cold shower when you're super hot. It's harder to jump in a cold shower when you're not hot.
Yeah.
So that aspect of it as well. Is just something that if you overcome that little bit of difficulty, then you'll feel better about yourself. And that's what I always talk about is when you have an adverse situation, even no matter, the smallest thing, if it's just being cold and getting in a cold shower and doing it and accomplishing it, that makes you feel good about yourself. That makes you happy. So that one little thing. So that's the cold shower every single day. And then the addition to that, which isn't something we can do all the time, is either like a heat shock, like steam or sauna, once a week, getting potent heat therapy. If you could do it every day, do it every day. If you can do it multiple times a day, do it multiple times a day. But we have we have kids and jobs, and we can't do that all the time. Or cold, or both. So cold would be like Jan has her freezer now set up to be able to get into it in cold, and it's not very practical to have ice baths at your house. So cold's a lot harder to do unless you have that freezer with water in it. Mm-hmm. But heat is a little bit more accessible, like a hot tub would be okay, and then steam room, and then sauna.
Right.
To help develop heat shock proteins or protective things of your body, helps you deal with desert heat. Like if you are absolutely miserable when it's 110 degrees outside, well, during the winter, you should be treating your body with some extreme heat so that those heat shock proteins develop so you can fight that discomfort off. Every day, take a cold shower if you can, and once or twice a week, expose yourself to extreme heat or extreme cold. And you'll feel good. You'll feel real good.
Real good.
Yeah. Number 6.
Read at least one chapter of a book every day. Yeah, buddy.
Oh, yeah. How's that coming?
I started another book, actually. And I can't remember the name of it. I just actually started it Sunday. I read the first chapter of it. It's about a rugby team. The Zimbabwe, the All Blacks rugby team is what it's called.
That's New Zealand.
Or New Zealand, sorry. Yeah, the New Zealand rugby team. It's good. I got in probably 2.5 chapters into it, so I'm liking it so far.
You don't know the name?
It's completely just blanking me.
Okay. Right on.
Pride or something like that, maybe. I think it's like a one-word name.
Yeah, I mean, that's a historic rugby club.
Yeah.
You know, probably the most famous in the world, and their training methodologies are kind of way ahead of anyone else what they were doing back in the day. So I'm sure that's a good book.
What are you on right now?
I'm reading a fluff book, one that my mother-in-law has tried to get me to read for a long time. She wanted me to get into Daniel Silva, who's a novelist. And I love novels, and my novelist is Nelson DeMille. I've read all of Nelson DeMille's books, so I was kind of like, oh, I need another one. And she recommended Daniel Silva, The Kill Artist. We were going to the hospital, so I finished. This is only my second or third nonfiction or third fiction book of the year out of 17 books. So I'm not reading a ton of fiction. Even though I love fiction, I don't think there's anything wrong with reading fiction. I just want to have a blend, but I'm kind of behind on my fiction. So I'm reading The Kill Artist by Daniel Silva, which is, I don't think it's that great.
No.
And there's the character development and the plot switching. It's not great.
Not great.
So after that, I've got a whole line of books to
get back onto.
Yeah, I'm not going to book, but I'm reading a fantasy series called The Wizard's First Rule, and the second one was Blood of the Fold, and then I have this third one, but they're all 1,000 pages.
Big books.
So that's like reading 4 books, in one, and they're also fantasy. So it's like, all right, dork, like you can only have so much of that in your life. Like you're a dad, you need to, and a business owner, you're a leader, like you got to read that. But I read a ton of that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not reading 2 books a year. I'm reading 30 books a year. So I get, I try to get
a little bit of everything
in there a little bit. But yeah, so that's what's going on. But I'll tell you what, it's more than a chapter. So we got, reading every day, guys, whether it's, a fantasy or a fiction or a nonfiction, whatever it is, try to read every day. It's going to make you better. It's going to keep your brain working. It's going to make you a harder worker. It's going to fill you up. So read a book or a chapter of a book every day at a minimum. Yeah.
Number 7. Pray or meditate for your family, friends, country, city, life, daily.
Exactly. And that kind of goes back to that episode 32 that I did on my own while you were out of town, was just be grateful.
Yeah.
Every day I wake up, I get on and I read the verse in my Bible app. I pray. I thank God for my family, my friends, our gym, the people in my life, and just want to wake up every day with a heart of thankfulness and know that I'm here for a reason, and that there's a bigger reason that I'm doing things than just getting up and living a daily life that doesn't mean anything. I want to be impactful. I want to help other people, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to do that. So whatever, if you don't want to call it praying, meditate.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there that meditate in the same way, get themselves in a mindset, and be thankful that way. Maybe they have a mantra that they do, something like that. For me, it's praying. For Claire, it's praying, and that's what we feel and believe works. But if that's not you, try it out or meditate. Find a mantra, but involve everybody. Involve your friends, involve your family, pray for your boss, pray for your work, pray for your president, the city that you live in, your country. These are all things that you should be thankful for and care about and bring into your mind on a daily basis. For me, that's first thing in the morning before I get out of bed. For you, that might be in the shower. It might be before you go to bed. It might be while you're out on a jog. Whatever that is, if you're getting your heat shock therapy on, that might be in there.
Good place to think about it.
Absolutely. I like to do my breathing techniques in there when I'm doing that, so I don't have a lot of time to really develop a thankful mind in there. But yeah, so whenever that happens, if you can bring that into your life on a daily basis, I definitely believe it'll help you and fill you up.
Beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful. Number 8.
This is a hard one.
Eat at least one green vegetable every day.
Yeah.
Not one piece of a vegetable.
Yeah, like that's what I do.
A floret of is it a floret of broccoli? A broccoli?
Floret,
broccoli,
yeah.
Floret? Yeah, broccoli. Floret.
Not one floret.
Like have a serving of a green vegetable every day.
So that's tough. Not only is it tough just because fresh green vegetables have to be prepared. So if you're not proactive on it, it's going to be really tough to do. But at the same time, like, you have to enjoy eating green vegetables. So, like, I love roasted asparagus and broccoli prepared the right way and Brussels sprouts. Yeah. I love those. I don't like them raw, like out of the bag. Or like, I'm just going to take them down.
Like, I have a really hard time with, like, just
steaming them. And even though that's the best way to prepare them, like, so that's just me personally, but I know the benefits of it, and I want to be disciplined. So that's what I try to get in. So, like, I cheat a lot. I have the greens powder, which Claire would say doesn't count. I'm going to say it does, because it is a potent serving of vegetables just in a powder form that I get to throw in protein shake.
The green can of LaCroix, I add that.
But but ideally it's a form of fibrous green vegetable. Yeah. So like an asparagus, a Brussels sprout, a broccoli, a kale, a spinach, something like that. That's going to give you a potent punch of nutrient delivery. And if you don't enjoy it, it's going to help you overcome that, I don't like it. It's easy not to do it. Okay, well, do it. Yeah. Because you need it, and it's going to make you feel better about yourself that you did something that you didn't want to do, and you did it. Boom. Right back to
most people make protein in our community, make protein shakes, all the like smoothie blended up. Just get as much spinach as you can fit in that blender, throw it in there, it becomes green, and you're getting that, at least helping yourself out with that as well.
Because spinach, when it goes in with like berries and vanilla protein, becomes really good. Yeah. It tastes good in there. It's a little hard to chew if you're...
Yeah, and because if you cook spinach, you can put an entire bucket of spinach in a pan, and then it comes out, and you have a spoonful of spinach once it's all sautéed down. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of the nutrients out when you cook it that way.
Yeah, and eating raw spinach is not my favorite.
Yeah. Spoonful of sugar helps the medicine. What's that from?
That's Mary Poppins. What does that have to do with spinach?
He said... it just reminded me of that when you said a little spoonful.
Number 9, get outside in nature around your community in the sunshine for at least 15 minutes per day. Yeah. Get outside. Get the sun on your skin.
In your community, walk around the block, see your neighbors, dogs walking, birds chirping. Don't be an inside dweller. Don't go from the inside of your house, into your car, inside of the building at work, inside of your car, inside of the gym, inside of your car, inside of your house. Yeah. That's not what you were created for, and the way you were created to be. You were created to be outside for at least 15 minutes a day. I mean, in the sunshine, just experiencing a little bit of the world. Obviously, if we had our option, we'd go and sit on a cliff overlooking a beautiful valley. Yeah. That's probably not the case for everybody on a daily basis. But what you can do is walk around your neighborhood, look at the trees, take in the desert, look at the lizards running around, look at the little the rabbits that are all over the place. Like, don't just walk with your iPhone and your headphones in and not be present. Walk outside and take in the beauty that's around you. There's all kinds of amazing, beautiful things. Think about what the rabbits are doing. Like, when there's 3 of them going around and they're getting their afternoon, evening meal, and like the how hard their life is. All they're thinking about is not getting eaten by the coyote later that night. Like, they're like, hey, coyotes are coming. Get your butt over there. Get those berries. Get them over here. And, that's what they're talking about. Like, and you get to watch that unfold and happen. If you think about it that way and really take it in, it'll help you just internally. It'll help you I don't want to be too spooky and creepy, but like, it'll help you with your inner self,
Be happier.
Yeah. So
don't be an inside kid.
Yeah. Exactly. Especially your kids, get them out to the park.
That's what we used to call them when we were little.
Yeah. I didn't, after school, I didn't come indoors until 6 p.m.
Yeah. We were gone until the streetlights came on. Yeah. My parents would be like, you got to go like down the street and play at like such and such Billy's house. I'd be like, Mom, he's an inside kid. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, he's just inside. He just plays video games. I don't want to go down there.
Yeah. Well, we just weren't allowed to,
Yeah. So, don't be an inside kid.
And that's that. Again, I don't want to tell anyone what to do with their kids or whatever, but I know what my goal is going to be now with Carlin is to, make her as an outdoors person as possible and not try to expose her to as much as possible that isn't indoors.
Indoors, definitely.
Yeah. So get outside 15 minutes a day. If you don't have a dog to walk one. Walk your neighbor's dog. Walk your kids around the block. Go on a walk with your kids. Get outside and experience the world.
Definitely. Número 10.
That's 10 for you non-Spanish speakers out there.
Get a minimum of 6 hours of sleep. Maximum of 9 hours of sleep per day.
Yes.
Sleep.
So 6 hours, we talked about this in 20 of the episodes, about how important sleep is and getting it. 6 hours of sleep is the minimum that we want to go through 2 entire full sleep cycles. Plus, we've seen that if you get at least 6 hours, you wake up with levelized blood sugars, your cortisol is going to come down much faster. You're just going to be a lot healthier than is if you get under 6 hours of sleep. So you get 5 hours of sleep, you're going to have much higher elevated blood sugar levels, which is going to be harder for your body to work to clear that blood sugar, meaning more body fat storage, higher cortisol production, which is a stress hormone, which is going to be hard to clear out. Then you're piling on extra coffee because you didn't go through 2 full sleep cycles. You came out of a deeper sleep cycle, which your body can't really function correctly. It can't get all those hormones operating on the same page. So you're pumping in coffee, which is a nervous system stimulant, which is combating with the cortisol, and it's just a big mess.
Yeah, a lot going on.
So 6 hours. That's why 6 hours is the minimum. It's not arbitrary, okay? 6 hours. 9 hours is the maximum.
Right.
Why?
Because if it's over that, you get into... You die.
No. 9 hours is the maximum because it's 3 full sleep cycles, which is amazing. If you went 10... you'd be coming out of a bad sleep cycle. If you went 12, you'd just be lazy and wasting your day.
Yeah.
Okay? So 9 is the absolute maximum because it's 3 full sleep cycles, and you can get away with not being lazy at 9 hours, depending on when you go to bed and when you're waking up. So there's a lot to accomplish out there. Anything more than 9 hours, unless you were like Claire, who hasn't slept a lot, like, I can't wait for the baby to sleep all the way through the night, and Claire gets 12 hours of sleep. Okay, there's occasions where the human body may need to sleep longer, but we're talking about on a daily basis. Like, if you're getting 9 hours of sleep a day, you're a champion sleeper. You don't need any more than that. Get your ass out of bed.
Yeah, you're winning at life.
Yeah, so 6 hours is minimum, 9 hours is maximum. Anywhere in between there is okay. It's just shown that most likely you're going to feel better and more awake waking out of a 3-hour cycle, like a 6 or a 9. And that's that. So those are the 10 DadsHabs or mom habs or general human habs. Hopefully you wrote them down. I'm just going to we did the long explanation just real quick. I'm going to go through the odds, you're going to go through the even. So 1, wake up and drink 20 ounces of water, minimum.
2, 1 tablespoon apple cider vinegar.
3, take 3,000 milligrams of EPA DHA fish oil a day.
4, 5 days a week, work out. On the days you are not working out, move around, recover, stretch, do something outside.
Boom. 5, take a cold shower every day, and then once or twice a week, expose yourself to either extreme hot or extreme cold. Overcome that discomfort.
Number 6, read at least 1 chapter of a book every day.
7, pray, meditate, do what you got to do. Find your mantra with your family. Be thankful for your family, friends, country, city, your daily life every single day.
Number 8, eat at least 1 green vegetable a day. If it works for Popeye, it'll work for you.
1 serving.
Yeah, 1 serving.
9, get outside in nature, walk around your community, take your kids, your dogs, your wife on a walk, and experience this beautiful world that we live in for at least 15 minutes.
And number 10, get a minimum of 6 hours of sleep, maximum of 9 hours of sleep per day.
Awesome. Boom. Banging it out.
Boom,
that was good.
Boom.
We're running a little bit longer than we like to run, so we're just going to go over some current events that we got going on at the gym. First and foremost, this weekend, you guys got your Can West car wash fundraiser going on.
Bring the cars down. I can't promise on the quality of the car wash that you'll be receiving, but I can definitely promise on the effort and the energy expended on each car, and it's going to be a show.
I think you guys did a great job last year.
Yeah, I mean, I think we cleaned some cars pretty well. Yeah. Some people had some big ideas for what we could accomplish with a hose and a brush. It was a little bit, don't bring your Jeep in if you've been four-wheeling for 4 days. We can't really do a whole lot with
that. Unless you got a Benjamin.
We're going to do it, we're going to do our best, but we got to run cars through.
But, you and Lon and Gage are going to be out there.
Yeah, we'll be out there. We really appreciate everyone coming out.
Swimsuits and
it's going to be a show.
Soap suds, sweat,
and water, and just we're washing cars and breaking hearts.
I'm efforting to get to Can West as well. So I could possibly make an appearance there as well.
Look at that. So come out and support. We really appreciate it.
Ashley's going to Can West too, but
she's
got her fundraiser is Ashley Walden and Chris Walden.
Yeah.
All right. Youth Nationals. Ruskin is Ava. Royce and Noah are all competing at Youth Nationals and the last weekend of June, which we'd love their support from the community to watch and wish them luck when they're in the gym. It's a big deal for all three of those kids. They'd never experienced the national stage like this. They're going to do a great job, and we're really excited for them. Hopefully it turns into an awesome career of weightlifting.
Definitely.
So that's happening at the last week of June. But Ruskin is a youth national champion who's going to be going with us this time as a coach.
Yes.
He got his USA Weightlifting Sports Performance certification and finally did all of his stuff online that you have to go through, all the safe sports stuff, all the doping stuff, and he got registered. So that's going to be exciting. We're going to make him do everything.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast.
Load all the plates.
Load all the plates. Chris and I are just going to call and count cards.
Yeah. No, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting for those kids.
And then the weekend after Youth Nationals, we got Wheel Walk games
for Amy.
Yeah, so that's going to be in Canada, just outside of Toronto. We're super excited about that. Amy's training her butt off.
Yeah.
She's just a machine. You write it down. She's like Claire. You write it, she does it.
Yeah.
And she does it with intensity. And she wants to be the absolute best every single training day. That's why she's a 6-time gold medalist. You see that in people. There's no slack.
Yeah.
It's just effort,
and
it's awesome. So she's working her tail off. That's it's in Canada, hard to get Canada. It's not the easiest place in the world, but apparently it's going to be pretty there. And
there you go. That'll be fun.
Looking forward to that. And then we got the bros, the beers, the barbells, and the women wine wine. We care about bros, beers, and barbells. Women wine wine, they don't need any help.
Yeah,
they're going to have tons of women. They're going to have their partners. They're going to have all the food. They're going to have all the costumes.
Hopefully enough
they got Claire and Tara helping them, doing the whole setup. Bros, beers, and barbells, we need some help. We need our boys to get signed up.
Yeah.
3-person teams. If you don't have a team, I will get you on a team. Corey will get you on a team.
We'll find you someone to work out with.
Yes, and we'll eat the women's leftovers, but we'll also bring our own stuff, some meat, go in there. So I'm going to put out a video on that a little bit more in detail. But that is what day?
Not this weekend, but next weekend.
Yes.
Saturday, I don't have the date. What is it? The 22nd, yeah.
22nd.
Saturday, the 22nd.
Yeah.
Get there, be there, show up with intensity. Who's defending champs?
Rose, beers, and barbells?
Last year, was it Fredo, Gerald, and Andrew, I think? I'm pretty sure that's who won last year.
I have to look at the photos.
Yeah, well, that's it, Claire?
I think so.
Yeah, Claire says that's it.
I know Stevie won one year with Patrick and Ian. Yeah. Are you guys...
We're doing it. Well,
is it team, or are you getting on teams?
We're getting on. I don't know. Claire said we couldn't do it together. We're going to figure it out.
I'll tell you what.
I know that Gage and I are doing it. Anthony's not doing it, though, because he can't. He's at his level 2. So
okay.
Gage and I need a partner.
Gage and Corey are free agents available to teams.
Okay, deal.
Okay? So if you want Corey or Gage on your team, after this podcast will be released today, you holler at Corey, holler at Gage.
Speak up.
They'll be on your team.
There you go. Deal.
Yeah.
All right.
Especially if you're good at deadlifts. Corey will really want to be on your team.
I'm really good at them. So just make sure you sign me up for that workout. For sure.
All right. Not saying there's going to be deadlifts, but there could be. Okay. All right, guys. That's the end of the episode. Really appreciate you being patient with us while we had the life situations happening. You can find us on SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, and that's about it. See you next time.
Everything. See you next time, guys.
Thanks for listening.
See you later.